Hello, and welcome back to the AI Powered Marketing Show. I'm Keith Bell, and today I'm thrilled to have with us Stefan Fehr. Stefan Fehr is the CEO and founder of Moderniqs, a company that's changing the game in content creation and digital marketing. Moderniqs offers amazing AI tools that help marketers, agencies, and content creators produce social media posts, blog articles, images, and much, much more with just one click. Stefan's journey from an AI enthusiast to a leader in AI driven productivity is truly inspiring. His innovative approach is shaping the future of digital marketing. Join me in welcoming Stefan Fehr to the show. Stefan, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcoming Stefan today, all the way from the Netherlands. And tell me what got you excited about artificial intelligence and led to your starting your company, Modern IQ.
Yeah. So the name is Modern IQs. It's a little bit
IQs.
confusing.
IQs.
The one without the S was already taken. So yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
No problem. My old project, appcolumbus.com, was a platform, an affiliate platform for SaaS products, software as a service products. And by the day, almost like at the day when I added a lot of AI generated text, that's where like the traffic from Google came in. And I had the top of so back in the day, it took me 4 hours to create a blog article about a tool. And then I thought, okay, at the peak, I had 69 articles on there, 69 tools, and those got me a reach of 130,000 a month. And that was like, so when I compared that to social media, I was like, whoa, this is like way more. And as I said, I had 4 hours to create an article, and I thought, well, if I can scale this up, if I need like a minute for a blog article, right? For a tool, then I can scale this up to not create 69, but create thousands in the next year. So this is why I started. I started trying one-click blog article generators from several companies, and they all been like they produce text, and maybe I don't know if they actually produce images now or anything, but they just produce the text. So then I was like, I want to have a tool that creates articles in Healthline quality standard. So Healthline is a website. Do you know Healthline?
No.
Yeah, it's interesting because they do have all they do is they create super high quality blog articles, and they actually get around 200 million monthly website visitors.
Wow.
A lot, yes. And so this is where I really, which really hooked me. I was like, can I create a tool that creates a one-click blog article in Healthline quality, in a matter of minutes or seconds? And we're not at Healthline quality yet, but we're like way above what ChatGPT is doing or so on. And our tool takes 10 seconds. So you enter the headline, and you can give it background information. You should, right, to make it unique and everything. But the whole thing, even if you give it like a very detailed background information, takes like 2 minutes, and then you press create, and the system creates the text, the headline structure, the images, the alternative image text, like a lot. we've we've automated a lot. So basically, my motivation was that Google really sent traffic on my old website, and I wanted to have a better tool. Yeah.
Okay, so your one click platform, does it also generate images too, or is it just the text?
No, that's really the point is when we talk what we're trying to recreate is a Healthline quality blog article. So we're talking internal links, external links, alternative image texts, images in the right sizes, relevant images to the text. In the future, we're gonna replace the images by video. So when you have a H2 section, and then the paragraphs and everything, and right now you have an image with it, and in the future you're going to have video. So we're trying to, you know, renaming images. We're trying to do every micromanagement step what Google likes to see, and then we're trying obviously to have the content like on super high helpful quality, that that it's actually really worth to read and so on. And it sounds like this is what we're implementing right now, and so that you have like the highest quality, which you would not be able to do by hand in less than with ChatGPT in less than 6 hours or something. Yeah.
So for my audience that are not experts in SEO like myself, I'm a direct response marketer. Why is this important? And um, it's almost I guess you're talking about the technical SEO part about it. Why is it important for them to use a tool like this?
Hmm. Well, so our target groups are busy people, busy entrepreneurs, startups, marketing agencies that so basically, look, what we're trying to replicate is we're trying to build websites with no time with no time effort that get as much traffic as Healthline.com, ideally, right? So, so, so just trying to create. So why would you do that? Obviously, if you want to make your company, if you want to get more traffic on your website, get your company more out into the public. But also, like as I'm saying, like the focus is always on super high automation. So you get something that is high quality, but you don't need to invest time. Yeah.
So in terms of Google just had their, I guess it was back in May, they had their conference where they announced all the changes that they're making to search. And just I was watching an interview by Nelly. I can't remember his last name. From he interviewed the CEO of Google, and he talked about some of the changes with search
Hmm.
and how that was impacting things. Is that gonna affect you guys? You're gonna have some challenges with that.
It's actually so I would say that there's two major trends. The one trend is get rid of a low quality AI content, and that's actually it's very much in our favor because we have high quality content. And since Google is getting rid of all the fast generated ChatGPT texts, our content is increasing rankings because of less competition, right? um, that's the one thing. And the other thing is new Google search. So this was named SGE. They have a new name now, I don't remember. It's like AI powered or something. So the the new Google search, which generates content itself with AI, is actually something very, very, very beneficial for us because um, what the new so the last information I have about this is, and it's changing a lot, right? So it's like hard to keep up. The last thing I saw was that Google is planning to have this as it generates your answer, but you can click on the subheadlines. And when you click on the subheadline, you go to, the page that is most relevant to that section, right? So the thing here is that with our tool, you can have 1,000 articles on your website quite easily. And because of this, the depth of the content is way bigger than it used to be. So you can, most websites had like, let's say, I don't know, something between 0 and maybe 100 articles on. And the way you wrote articles in the past were long, long, long articles. This is not what Google is necessarily searching for anymore in the future, at least in my understanding. what they're searching more for is when you click on the generated headline from Google, you get to a more concise article that really targets your the content, and that's the thing. If you so imagine you have your podcast topic and you have 1,000 articles around this. So the content you have on your website is very, very targeted, right? You have 50 categories, and in the categories you have 50 articles or maybe 20 articles per category. And this is what Google doesn't want you to see a lot of irrelevant information. It wants you to see precisely what you're looking for in the future. So that's pretty good for us. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, is it a keyword driven tool, or is it um, like, are you looking for like intent? Like, I know that there's a shift from keyword driven SEO to more what the user's intent was.
Hmm. Yeah, we're in the phase of implementing search intent, but there's so um, right now the focus is on producing content that has like a lot of quality aspects that you can automate quite easy, more easily, I would say. Well, well, yeah, there's hard ones coming too. Anyways, so like for example, when you have like six H2 headlines, and you would have an image for each H2 headline, and then having video to that people stay on your article for longer and so on. This is this kind of things we've been focusing on in the past, and now we are implementing that. It sounds like you, and it actually takes like all the data that you give it. So for example, all your podcast episodes, right? So when you have transcripts, you can, right now it's like paste. This isn't better. So you can paste in the text, and the system takes all the information you give it, and it takes it into consideration when creating content. That's something that's interesting, and that's not like ChatGPT claims to do that, but it takes a lot. Like for OpenAI to do this at a quality that you want, this will take a couple of years, because the problem is you need extreme high amounts of compute for that, and they could do this, but not for free or for $20 a month. So yeah, that'll take some years.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I've tried to use ChatGPT to kind of mimic my voice, like not in terms of my actual voice, but to mimic the way that I write and I speak.
Mm.
And I've been somewhat disappointed with the results. I mean, I have to use humanizers to humanize the text, and that's that is very important in this day and age of hyper personalization. We want that content that's more hyper personalized. So how's your company, like the articles that you create? Let's say I have 9 different audience segments.
Mhm.
Can you create content for separate audience segments, or?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the so we're in the middle of launching our second platform, and the second platform is going to be nuts, because you can. So right now the system is pretty rudimentary. You can enter your headline, so you gotta have you have to do the keyword research before. Um, and you have to write the headline, basically. I mean, you could create it with AI. That's what we did in the past as well, but doing proper keyword research helps, for if you want to achieve rankings. But you also have another field. It's like a super simple form, right? You have a field where you enter your headline, and you have a field where you enter background information, and that's where you can say, right, this is my targeting group, and this is that, and so on. This is so here's a tip I like to give. And this is, if you want the AI to write about the topic, tell the AI to write about the topic. So what I'm usually doing is I'm giving it the headline, and then I'm saying in the background information, write the article around this idea, right? And then you feed it with the idea. You say, so this is what I want you to do. This is the context, the circumstance, and so on. And then it's really becoming a tool that, automates your typing and not creates duplicated low quality content.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I spend so much time with iterating content, going back and, it's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. But so you say, so you can you put a headline in and then you can put some level of context in there. I mean, how detailed can I get with the context that I put in there?
Well, with the first version, you can. I mean, you can with even or in the future as well. You can go very very detailed. I'm not sure actually. I haven't checked, but you could probably enter pages of text there as background info. But also, you have to know with the second version, you can enter all your products or your writing style or your personal achievements or whatever kind of info. As long as you should write it, it should be written by yourself. But you can train the system with data, and we've been doing tests. Like it's extremely precise. So
Wow.
it's remembering. So I was doing tests with that. It was remembering one line of text from, I don't know, actually 50, 60 pages or something. So, and I was
Wow.
doing multiple tests and I was always passing. It's like on point. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you guys build your own large language model? Is that essentially, is that part of that?
Yeah, we programmed the next ChatGPT. No, we didn't. No, no, basically not yet. I don't think that we will. So this is a part which I don't see a reason. There's good LLMs coming out that you can host yourself, on your servers, and that's what we're going to do. We are switching out. So when, for example, when so in the next version, you can choose how you want your text. So right now we have human sound in highest quality and low quality, but it's never gonna be used anyways. And so you can make it human sound, and you can make it, so right now highest quality is GPT-4o. And when that came out, so what we're doing is we're just programming in the API to use GPT to use OpenAI's models. So we're switching whatever is on top at the moment, because it's changing a lot. Yeah.
So what kind of challenges have you had like with the whole process of getting your company up, and is this your first iteration and now you're working on version 2?
I think when we're looking at a website, it's I don't know, version 20 or something. So there's always been technology upgrades. I started I started 5 years ago, where I wanted to do coaching courses and sell video courses, and then I had the problem that I, I wanted to sell 20 video courses, and my website. I didn't even know that you would have something like templates and so on, where you can design your whole site in one place, and then all the products get automatically updated and so on. So like so coach was number one, and then doing a coaching platform, because I had some really good affiliate ideas for getting a lot of traffic. So I was using the technology from the coaching platform to, build a bigger platform where other coaches could sell their products as well. And this is how I got into building huge websites. The websites we're targeting are, so ideal. I guess our ideal customer is like a mid-sized global company that wants to create 1,000 articles, because that's totally possible with this system. Yeah,
Absolutely.
quite easily.
Yeah, that sounds like you've got a very robust platform there. I mean, I was playing around on it. I signed up. I was playing around on it a little bit, and I was quite impressed with the stuff that I was getting back. I signed up, I guess, last week sometime. But I want to talk about what really prompted me to get you on the show was you had sent and shared with me a LinkedIn article that you wrote, and I thought it was very poignant. And I was wondering if you could just talk first about what was in the article, and then
Mm,
your thoughts on the whole content of the article.
mm. Yeah, so so the article that was, I think that was, wasn't that just a post? I think that was just a post
It
on.
was just a post, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I think there are experts on AI, how advanced AI is, and those experts are some of the experts that actually can know what they're talking about because they look at the current data and not like in many other industries where you have experts just 20 years in the business and I know everything, I don't need to learn anymore. So I see those experts and I believe them that we are getting AGI level AI in 2026. And I have heard this from Elon Musk and so on since, I don't know, half a year or something. And it's not something new, but that one day when I sent you that message, I was just like, whoa, this means that from the launch of ChatGPT till today, this is half time. Half of the time since everybody got onto using AI, or a lot of people did, till today is half the time till we have an AI that is at human, capabilities. So, and that's when I look at when I look at robotics, when I look at what Tesla's going to do with their robots and how they want their robots to be able to, learn a job of someone, maybe in the production in the beginning, from looking at a tablet video playing, right? And that's gonna be in 2 years. And when I see how Tesla is like the world master of manufacturing now at large scale, I believe that in 2028 we will have had the ramp up of Tesla robots, so they will produce large amounts, like millions, probably millions already in 2028. And those robots will be able to do a fair amount of human work. So yeah, this is why I made the post. Is like we, I figured that the world should be way advanced in what we're dealing with when it comes to AI today than what we are doing today. Yeah.
So, why do you think? Like, one of the things I've noticed is that there's such a difference in opinion. Like David Nguyen, who's doctor at Stanford or out Stanford. He was with Google. He's got one opinion. Elon Musk has got another opinion. Dr. Nguyen thinks it's going to be thousands of years or centuries, which I think is not. He's like he's on the far end of the spectrum over here, and then you got Elon Musk. That why do you think there's such a disparity in opinion on this?
Oh, I think this is, to be honest, this when you do new things all day, you always have people that you always have naysayers. And I think it's so that's why I'm, thinking about why do people say things are impossible all the time. And I think it's just that this is psychology, this is wishful thinking. I mean, it's not like I'm an advocate of we should stop here. I mean, so I give you, yeah, I can explain why, but I'm saying we should stop at this level and develop our systems to be using AI at its current maximum capacity. For example, we are at Modern IQs using AI at its maximum current capacity in some of our tasks. So you have to imagine this. If you create a blog article with ChatGPT, if you want to do it at the quality level we do, you need 4 hours. And we do this in 10 seconds. So I did a rough calculation. This is 1,000 times faster than an employee using ChatGPT. So I'm not sure, but I think if we over the next 10, 15 years develop apps for like almost any use case and slowly building up the next stages of AI. This is already like at the maximum of what our political systems, retirement systems, educational systems, so on, can handle before they break. Because the speed is going to be too fast. If we develop, I don't see a reason why we should like. I don't see the upside of developing more potent AI systems. We at Modern IQs are doing the recreated apps that do the work of 1,000 people using ChatGPT today. Okay, so um, I think I got ahead a little. Can you tell me your question again? Because that's just
No,
something I want.
I just uh, like there's such a disparity in
Ah, yeah.
the opinions of people as to, and I have to say I agree with you, because
Mm,
I think we're at the level where we need to like take a pause,
mhm.
develop what we have.
Yeah,
Um, how much do you think that is being driven by the finances that are behind
a lot,
companies like ChatGPT?
a lot.
Eh,
Like that's was my worst fear when I ever heard about AI, and it came out 100% true. That the driving force is competition.
mhm.
Mark, it's sad to say that it's actually capitalism because I think it's a good system, but not for that. We should like we should have stopped at GPT-3. That would have been totally like that's already if you give it good automation with it. It's so potent. It can do such a lot. Um, you know why I think so humans are linear progress thinkers. It's hard for us to have so I had this analogy once where somebody told me where somebody said we are like an animal, we're still like an animal in the Sahara. We see a lion and we know that it's not going to be like whoop in front of our eyes. It's going to run, and come to us in a linear fast, but like this, not like that. Right? And so I guess this is a point, the reason why we cannot really process exponential, double, triple exponential growth. And then, but I also think that people are just generally very strange thinking about how fast the world is moving. It's probably because they look outside the window and the houses are still the same. But if you think about, I divide the past and the time before people got the internet and the day or the years after where like larger amounts of the world population got the internet. So for example, my partner, she's a high grade bioscientist. You know, 40 years ago, if you want to do science, you have to go to a library to get a book that is like 20 years old, or you have one magazine where all the information kind of needed to fit in, which is impossible. Today, you can, if you have an idea, you can build a global team in minutes. I mean, the progress because of the internet is already 100 times faster than it used to be before 1995. And that's what people don't get. Because they look outside the window and the world kind of looks the same, but we have areas they are influencing everything because the progress there is wild.
Yeah, I'm 60 years old, so uh, I was around when we were writing computer language programs in COBOL on punch cards. So I've watched this evolution from I used to sell cellular phones where you went door to door and you sold them.
Hmm.
Now you go to a store. Now you can order them on the internet. You don't even have to go to a store.
Hmm.
You know, maybe at some point in time you won't even have to do that because you'll have some sort of a neural chip implanted in your brain where you don't have to. So the benefit of being 60 is that I've gotten to see
Hmm.
the progress as it's gone. From I remember when there was no internet.
Hmm.
I remember I remember when the only phone you had in the house had a long cord.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know,
Still,
so
still old enough for that. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit crazy. So the other aspect I want to ask you about is that all the governments, all the different democracies, and we'll leave China out of this discussion because I just read an interesting article about the 100 years of AI war that China has. If you can read it, they're like they have 60% of the market in large language models projected out. It's scary stuff. Do you have Perplexity? You have access to Perplexity?
Well, the free version I'm using sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 days ago, there was an article on China's LLM, their 100-year war on LLMs.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting read. But anyway, I digress. My point being is that how do you think the different democracies are going to deal with it? Because they don't deal with anything well. They always deal with it after the cat's out of the bag, after the problem's already there. I
Hmm.
know the United States is, we're notorious for like, okay, let's throw everything out and then we'll figure out what works and then we'll regulate it.
Hmm.
How are they dealing with it in Europe?
Oh, we don't do anything. We only regulate. This, you see, right? This is a problem.
Yeah,
All the EU is doing is like, oh, there's something new coming. I mean, it's obviously there's inventions in the EU as well, but I mean, I don't know. I yeah, I see the positives about the US system. Well, the thing is, what we have to understand is, that's what I'm saying. I was surprised. I'm actually blogging about this on LinkedIn a lot. Um, so our I see. Actually, I created this software as a service platform, App Columbus, back in the day because I already saw that Europe is going to have a big problem because software as a service apps are not going to be translated into German and so on, and they've been already so powerful that I thought, oh, Europe is going to be left behind like in the Middle Ages, and now with AI, it's even well. I guess it's translated at least, but the thing is, um, that's where with software as a service, I already started to worry about that our political systems and everything can keep up with this speed. And I mean, I was actually quite. I mean, I'm not saying that certain viruses crises were handled perfectly. I'm not sure if you can handle them perfectly, to be honest. Um, I was actually pretty satisfied with like the major whatever. It doesn't really matter. The thing is, I was surprised that our system, that the Western countries as well as everybody else were actually quite fast and moving. I was expecting things to go like 10 or 10 times slower, or if anything happens. So that was already quite a surprise, which keeps me a little bit hopeful that we can that there will be the day coming where we see, oh shit, we need to stop, and then we can actually still stop. And but in general, you have to think about this. We're entering is progress is going to be exponent going faster and faster. This is the future, right? It's actually the present. This is happening, and we're going to come up to a speed where we would need a system that can create a law voted by whatever democracy or politicians or something, within seconds. And if it's not applicable anymore, we don't even have systems to get rid of old laws which you don't need anymore. So, like our system is not at all prepared for. Just did you see the intro of the how do you say, the review of the when they presented GPT 4.0? Did you see that?
Yes.
Yes. So that is the perfect teacher. If you have a child in school where there's a mobile, or, and it looks at a math problem, right? Some kind of math thing you have to learn and understand, and you don't understand it. You can't just ask the teacher all the time, "Hey, can you repeat it for me again? Can you explain it again and again?" But AI can do it. This is happening today. Our school system is way beyond globally. If if the teacher would say, "We are going to learn this and that in math today," so and then you have a tablet, an iPad or a smartphone, and it just looks at the exercise which you have in front of you on a paper, and it explains, and then you do a mistake, it explains again and again. And we don't have this. We will not have this in 5 or 10 years. And this is the current state of technology. So things are moving extremely quickly already, and our systems are very, very, very slow.
How much? I did a podcast episode on this a while back. That I think one of the biggest barriers for AI growth is going to be the electrical grid infrastructure that's required to run these systems. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, to be honest, I hope that there is some limitation. And it's probably true. We can't just we can't just software we can't just use software magic to build electrical power plants. But I also saw that it's very likely that in this decade we will have a global scale of fusion power, and that's gonna be there's no limits with energy then anymore. So I'm not sure. But I think at least until it'll slow things down, probably slow things down enough, hopefully, that we can realize what's happening. What I'm most concerned about, to be honest, is that Tesla robots are going to do a lot of work, and um, we people are still in denial. Older people think we've been working our whole life. The young generation has to do the same, and it's like, no, we have to implement UBI now. We have to test. So this is where we should be right now. That's what I'm thinking. This is what I thought, and when I wrote you this message as well. It's like we should actually today be in the down. So we should have started thinking about UBI and implementing and testing UBI in all countries on Earth years ago. And we should be in the end phase of this now. Not saying, I'm not saying rolling it out. This is too early, right? But we should have heavily tested how we're going to do this, and we should now be in the high phase of working on the biggest problem I see what comes with that. I'm not seeing any problem that people will get not paid, because machines are doing our work since hundreds of years. And the more machines are doing our work, the bigger our cars become, the bigger our houses become. We get more rich when machines do our work. And this will be amplified. What I'm concerned most about is how slow people's behavior change away from what is my what's going to be the purpose. So we should be in the hive. Like the major task we should be dealing with today is like, what are we going to do with what are the people going to do? How are they going to spend their day?
Yeah, I mean that's a really good good point. People need a sense of purpose. and they need you know something that drives them every day to get up and go out and do something. And for a lot of people, it's work. Other people are motivated by other things. Now, if a robot's doing your work and you don't even have that, what do you do the rest of the day?
Think about China.
Yeah.
This is going to be China is the production factory, is the factory of the world. There's going to be, I don't know how many 100 million people that define themselves with their factory job way more than we do with, we just getting and having less holiday and so on. If they lose their job, and they're going to be the first. The factory robots are going to be the first that is going to be where robots are able to do human jobs. So this is something. But you know what? I'm thinking more like, should we start teaching our children in kindergarten and in school more social? Focus on social than on career. How to be a healthy human, how to handle, how to avoid mental health issues and so on. This is something we should be thinking about, because I don't think that many people will be working anymore in 20 years.
Well, and the I've noticed, as the internet has gotten more technologically advanced, as social media platforms have been added to the mix, as smartphones have added to the mix, the anxiety level
Yeah,
is off the chart. Mental health is off the chart because, you know, people are like,
yeah.
go,
TikTok.
go, 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 go. And then all of a sudden you're going to take that away.
Oh,
Then what do you do? I mean, I was reading about an article about a company in Taiwan that is going to 100% automate their chip manufacturing plant.
makes sense.
No employees. Complete.
Mhm.
I just did a podcast episode today on the movie iRobot,
Mhm.
and in the movie, all the robots are made in a factory that's fully 100% robotically automated. So anyway, I think we've scared people enough today, but hopefully it wakes them up a little bit.
Well, we can. I mean, on the upside, I do believe that the current. So just a last thought. So there's a lot of upside as well, right? So
Oh
for
yeah.
example, I was talking to my grandma a couple of months ago, and she said in 1970, people had an average life expectancy of 70 years. So this is 55 years ago. Let's say 50 years ago. So um, today, people have around, I don't know, 10 or 15 years more. So if you think about this, what I said before, how slow science was done 50 years ago with books and library books and so on, you
Hmm.
know, um, and no global collaboration or synchronizing data. So it's very it's not really smart to say we're at the same pace, right? So it's probably, to be honest, I think the average life expectancy today, if you're not sick, if you're not overweight, or doing something not beneficial for your health, you can probably count on way above 100 years. I'm actually thinking now, with the latest things in genomics and so on, and this is all going to be amplified by AI, we're talking at least 150 years, if not more. And so I don't know, there's a lot of upside as well.
Well, I think for me personally, one of the biggest upsides is that I love to learn,
Yeah.
and I have used artificial intelligence as my learning platform. Like, if I don't understand a concept, I just did an interview not too long ago on predictive analytics,
Mm.
and I really did not know a whole lot about predictive analytics. And then once I started using AI to explain it and dig into it, so I think the pluses for education, as far as personal education, are going to be so off the charts,
Sure, totally.
and access to it. Apple, I think it's their iPhone 16 is the chip is going to be it's no, I'm sorry, not the iPhone. Their Mac, their next version of Mac is going to be the chip is going to be set up for AI.
Mm.
So
Here's a thought for another episode. When we see assistive AI, so that's like that's like a layer around your brain that takes away um, micromanagement tasks in life, because it'll know what you want when the thought is starting to be developed in your subconscious before you even want it, and it'll do it before you need to know it. So um, yeah, so that's gonna be
yeah, that's
interesting.
exciting, and I think um, I'm trying to follow as best I can Elon Musk's company where they're doing the neural implants. So, well, we've been talking for 45 minutes here. I'm going to let you have the last words, just to kind of, what do you think the future holds for us in, the future with AI and with AGI? Um,
Well, so what I think would be something very beneficial, because is something like, for example, when I wanted to join the podcast episode, the recording today, I needed to click on my calendar and copy the link and so on, and this is all micromanagement which I have to do in my life. For example, if somebody reschedules a meeting or so, you have to, at least you have to look on your phone and see, it's not now, it's later, or so on. And by the time we have assistive AI, you will intuitively know, right? You will feel like the meeting is, you don't even need to look at anything or so on. You will just feel like you still have time, right? So it's like, it's something which is not distracting your consciousness. So this is something I really like. What we're doing at Modern IQs, and I can just say, tell this to all the website owners and startups and so on. We are, especially with our second platform coming out this or next week, you will be able to create a blog article without even creating an account. So you can just go on moderniqs.com, enter your blog article headline. Maybe you should give it some background information, then press create, and it'll be sent to you via email. You just copy the whole thing, paste it on your website or your LinkedIn blog article or your X article or so on, and get free traffic.
Best kind of traffic there is. Organic traffic. I love it, love it, love it. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Stefan, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Hopefully, we can do this again. You've been a great guest. And take care. I'll talk to you again sometime soon.
Thank you very much for having me. You
Oh,
too.
you're quite welcome. Thank you for tuning in to the AI Powered Marketing Show, hosted by yours truly, Keith Bell. We hope you found today's episode insightful and full of actionable tips to power up your marketing strategies with AI. Don't forget to visit the website at funnelosophy.com. There you'll find links to our podcast website, as well as a subscription link to the AI Powered Marketer newsletter. Here on our newsletter, you can stay ahead of the curve with the latest trends, tools, and tips delivered straight to your inbox. We'd love to connect with you on social media. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Join our community of like minded marketers. Come on by and say hello. Get behind the scenes content, join the conversation, and never miss an update. Until next time, keep innovating, keep iterating, and stay ahead of the curve with the power of AI in your digital marketing efforts. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the AI Powered Marketing Show. Take care.